prior to the recording, you said you wanted to talk about a few different areas. So the first area I want to get into is the importance of mentoring. So, what advice would you give to someone looking to find a mentor in this field?
So I feel like mentoring is a major stepping stone. Not even a stepping stone like you like cross it, but I feel like it's the foundation into the career, regardless of what level you're at. Whether you're a person that's just starting or you've been in the field 10, 15, 20 years. I feel like there's always somebody there, with more experience, more insight, just different perspective. It doesn't even have to be more, even different perspective. An individual that's just done something different can really be a mentor. But to me, they can help provide clarity, help provide direction, support. I feel like sometimes you kind of, your head down, you're working on things, and you might move forward and solve some kind of problem, or coding problem, or find a bug or whatever. But internally, you sometimes I feel like you just kind of like overlook it, in this not overlook it in the sense of like there isn't enough recognition. And I feel like with a mentor, one of those things is like they can bring a lot of positivity. And in addition to everything else, you kind of talk to them and be like, yeah, I've done this and this, and they could really bring to light and be like, oh, hold on, you did what now? And it's like, I've done this. And it's like, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it may not be, you maybe didn't find a CVE, but for where you're at, it's a big deal. And you don't have that kind of like understanding. You know what I mean? You don't have that level of like wisdom. But for a mentor, that is like, hey, man, this is a big deal for where you're at. Like, you should be really proud of, what you've done. So I think that's a really big piece on top of, like identifying, the path that you want to take.
How would someone who is brand new to the field, or even someone who's been in the field for a little bit of time, who doesn't have a mentor, who's looking for one, how do you go about finding a mentor?
So it's difficult because I feel like a lot of people in our field are introverts. And, so by nature, to find that mentor, you have to talk to people. Being an introvert, you don't want to talk to people. But you'd be surprised, just maybe attending, your local cybersecurity or coding, conference. You find like-minded people, like you'll go there and it'll be like five nerds that don't want to talk to each other. And next thing you know, somebody mentions Zelda or World of Warcraft or whatever. And now you have, you have that level of like, hey, we can relate. And then from there on, you just start a conversation. But um, yeah, I mean, just get involved in your local community. If you're somewhere where there isn't something locally, Discord is a great way. There's a lot of great social media platforms, not just Discord, but Slack, LinkedIn. There's just a lot of resources out there where you can kind of like, again, jump into like that like-minded community, find something relatable, and from there just start a conversation, build that relationship. I think just putting yourself out there is important.
Right, yeah, I totally agree. I mean, there's a lot of people that I'm connected with that I will reach out to for advice, but I wouldn't say that I have like one mentor, I guess.